You're listening to Unspooled, the podcast where failed prints are just part of the journey. Hosted by Corey from Moji 3D, the guy who thinks filament is a personality trait, and Steve from Layer by Layer, who probably has more spools of filament than forks. Every week we dive into 3D printing, making, and the occasional rant. So grab your favorite filament and let's get unspooled.
So I actually just realized I have to update the intro because it still says Tuesday. So, oh, Steve, you're muted. Let me, oh, there you go. I think we were both clicking at the same time.
Yeah, that plus it still says that I have more rolls of filament than forks, which I still beg to differ that anyone listening to us has more rolls of filament than forks.
I don't know. You'd be surprised. A lot of people have a lot of forks.
Said no one ever.
Yeah. Yeah, we are first episode 32, by the way. But we are the first episode of 2026. We did miss a couple weeks. We missed a few weeks over the holidays. And then we missed last week because I was dying. So I got kicked in the tea bag by COVID. So yeah, so that was fun. But we're back, and we will hopefully be consistent. Steve's got his energy in a can.
It's 3D. It's 3D. See that?
3D, yeah.
Not
so hopefully from now on, from here going forward, we'll be consistent weekly. We did switch in 2026 from Tuesdays to Wednesdays, obviously, as you guys can see. So we will be continuing forward on Wednesday evening, same time frame, 8 to 9:30 Eastern. And the reason for that was I also mentor a FRC First Robotics team. My wife and I both do that. My son is on, and we meet Tuesdays. So that just started back up, new season of First. So in order for me to be there Tuesday nights, we moved to Wednesday. So, but what have you been up to, Steve?
Absolutely nothing. I was off a lot of December. And so pretty much making a few things, arc raiders like everyone else.
Oh yeah.
Like the other 12 million people on the planet that play arc raiders religiously.
For anybody in the chat that isn't in our Discord, our Unspooled Discord is 3D printing and arc raiders.
Now, yes.
Yeah. If every night you will find us in there talking 3D printing and playing arc raiders. So we are all addicted to arc raiders. So that consumed, prior to me dying from COVID, that pretty much consumed like my whole off work holiday season. It
was crazy.
But if you do play the game and you're not in the Unspooled Discord, you should get in the Unspooled Discord, because then you can play with us. But if you don't play the game and you just want to chat for 3D printing and stuff like that, share your stuff, swing on in too, because that's always fun. So that print just stopped, so you should stop hearing the printer in the background, hopefully.
All right, cool.
But so GTR Dad, he's a big gooper. He's a big Arc Raiders fan, as we are. But have you been doing did you do anything 3D printing related during your time off, or were you like me? I kind of I took like a vacation from everything.
Yeah, same here, dude. I just really started touching my printers again, probably since maybe like a week or two before Christmas or whatever. I just wasn't in the mood. Like filament was sitting on them for forever. I was only thing I was working on was my Frosty, the snowman. This was the original one, and then I was working on basically cutting them up so that people could print them single color. Print them on a 4-color machine. I was gonna do it single color, but it was just too much. But made it where like you could take the arms off and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And print the body as one piece, but had some issues with the hat, which was weird. So once that happened, I kind of got
the hollow issue there.
Yeah, the hollow issue. So once that happened, I just kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll have it for next Christmas.
Yeah.
It'll be
I took kind of a lull. I did print a few things here and there, just stuff that I was like contractually obligated to print.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably Monday, I kind of really got back into it just because this weekend we started
first
robotics season.
Mm-hmm.
So now from like now till April, we are like, I will basically be head down in Fusion, CADing parts of the robot and prototyping parts. Well, not till April, but basically till we've got like basically 2 weeks to get the robot together. Like functioning. So that's going to be wild and crazy. But hey, Peekaboo, good to see you.
Yeah. So I mean, I could have been way more productive than I have been, but I wasn't. So
yeah. The only designing work that I've done has been the robotics stuff. I have been doing some stuff of my own stuff in Shaper 3D. Just I kind of rotate out things, plasticity, Shaper 3D, Fusion. Those are kind of the three that I use. So I'm kind of on the Shaper 3D rotation just to get up to speed with all the new features that they've laid out.
Yeah, that's literally the same thing as
I still don't like it, but
I haven't been printing, but I have been like designing a bunch of stuff in Shaper.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like keep my skills honed.
Yeah.
That plus I need to start messing around OpenSCAD. I found a new app called Rhino. I'd never heard of it. There has another, it's kind of like a Shaper. I mean, it's kind of like an OpenSCAD kind of thing, but you use it in tandem with another app, and it's like pretty freaking powerful.
Sounds familiar, but
I saw like a video on it, and I was like, oh, I may have to check this out. But I can't remember the name of the second app, but it's it looks pretty cool, man. They have an evaluation copy for like 90 days, and I wish I could remember the other app. But it looks pretty solid. Like it may be worth pivoting to if I can really sink my teeth into it.
Yeah. It's fun learning new stuff. Like I remember when Plasticity and Shaper 3D came out, like I've always been a diehard Fusion 360 fan. And they've both been releasing new features so quickly that they got up to speed really fast. But Shaper 3D is good, but it's so close yet still far away. There's still some features lacking in it that is like just minimal stuff, right? Like just a simple thing like today, you can't pattern out holes on a path in Shaper, right? Like you can do them circular or on a line, but you can't do it along an arc. And that just simple things like that. And it's like or doing any type of gears in Shaper 3D, like you have to literally sketch out the entire gear.
Well, you can use, that's where you can use the pattern tool, the circular pattern tool for the gear.
Yeah, so you can still, but you still have like they need to come out with some type of gear generation for like standard gearing, like helical gears and double helical, like the things that people are 3D printing.
I just want threads. I want to be able to make a
threads, same thing. I mean, if they can do threads, they should be able to do gears.
To me, my top two things are threads and a better text tool. Their text tool is trash. So a lot of times, if I'm doing something that if it is more text based than object based, in the sense of like, if this is a graphical thing that I'm turning into a 3D print, I'll do it. I'll make it outside of outside of Shaper, and then import that image into it. And I say image, it's a couple steps involved, and then import that into Shaper. But if it's like an object and it's just saying like, I'm just saying like right or left on it, then I'll just do that in Shaper. But outside of those two, those are the two things that I probably need the most: is a better text tool, and a better and just screw threading.
Yeah, like mine is threads, patterning, gears. But it's good. It's very, very close to being that. My main use of it is actually pretty ridiculous. When I'm sitting on my couch, I like to sit on my couch with my iPad versus my laptop, because I can use Fusion on my laptop, but in order to use Fusion on my laptop, I have to have a mouse, because I can't use Fusion on a trackpad on a laptop. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
So I'll use Shaper 3D for a lot, because I like this part of it, is the sketching part. The sketching part of Shaper 3D is good. So I will sit on my couch and 2D do my sketches, and then I'll export the step file. I'll put it in Fusion, and then I'll do the rest there later on, next day or later on in that day. But I like being able to sketch out 2D ideas on my iPad and then move it over to
it's the main reason why I switched to it, was to be able to use the iPad to design stuff.
Yeah.
And then once I did it, I still did most of my designing on the desktop, but it was cool to be able to have it in multiple places if I wanted to do something on it. And then plus the fact that I do stuff in Nomad makes it easier to kind of like jump between the two apps when need be. Now I just need like a solid like slicer, iPad based slicer or something.
I mean, if you use Prusa Slicer, you can use Nextprint or whatever they call it. And I've used it on iPad, and it's okay. I mean, it slices a model and you can send it. I used it specifically on my Centauri Carbons, because they advertised having the Centauri profiles right in there, and it worked.
I tried it. I didn't like it the way I thought I was gonna like it. I may give it another try though.
Yeah, but it's all right. I mean, it does what it does. It's kind of like selecting a model in like the Bamboo Handy app and then just sending it to the printer. But it is more of a slicing. Like you can change settings and all that. But I would, and I know the devs have said that they're basically never going to do it. But I would love to see an Android or an iOS based version of Orca. I would love to see, and only because sometimes I'm lazy and I want to be on my couch with my iPad, and I want to like pull a model in and just play, or just play with the profiles, and not have to sit at my desk or have my laptop out. So, but I'm not sure I would use it much for slicing and actually sending the print, but lazy profile building, I'd be down.
Hey Wazzy, hey Grania.
Hey Wazzy.
Hey Gorilla Biscuits. Thanks for the follow. I just wanted to say it.
Gorilla Biscuits, what a cool name.
It is, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like a sweet band.
Yeah. It does actually, yeah. The other thing in Shaper they need to have is they need to have a larger repository of parts that you can import in. Like you can import in like extrusions now and some other stuff, but they need to like link with like a McMaster car like Fusion does, where you can pull in like a massive catalog of parts. That's my only other thing about Shaper. I'll get off that topic now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
right there, right? It's kind of dumb that they haven't made a good slicer to work on mobile. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, the double side of it is, sometimes slices can take forever, depending on how many triangles you have on it. So, you could technically bog down an iPad, which I'll say, if they could figure out how Nomad handles the amount of triangles that are in it, then they may be able to kind of.
I'm pretty sure that my iPad Pro could handle slicing a million triangles. Like I don't think it would have a problem with it, but
Nomad handles millions of triangles, so the ability is there. I like whatever he's doing or they are doing to
but the guy that developed Nomad is literally a genius, like a
That's what I'm saying.
mad genius. So, but yes, it would like I'd like to see. I'd specifically like. I don't want to see another version, another slicer on mobile. I want to
No.
see Orca
on mobile. Yes,
like,
absolutely.
It'd be nice to see some. I mean, it doesn't have to be Orca. Even if somebody like forked Orca and then made it mobile, I'd be down with it as long as all the features are there. But
a Forca of Orca. Okay,
a Forca
like it.
of Orca. They
They
could call it Forca.
They should call it Forca.
Forca
Nice.
for iOS.
That's your dad joke of the evening right there. Sorry.
It is, yeah. But so we really didn't have a whole lot planned for this episode, right?
No,
Like,
we just wanted to get back into the flow of things.
Yeah, we just wanted to get back in and kind of have it and be the first 2026. But
Yeah.
there were a few things from CES, and we're now a couple weeks removed from CES.
No, it was just last week.
Was it last weekend?
Yeah.
So I don't think that CES, at least this year for me, nothing 3D printing really like blew my socks off, right? Like I was super excited about at the Atom Forum, the Palette 300. That was an abysmal failure. You show up with prints in a machine that doesn't print to CES, right? Like where you're supposed to be showing your parts, and then when everybody asks to see it print, you say, "Oh, there's technical difficulties. We can't run it." So that was unfortunate. There were some other weird build quality issues from the photos that people were posting, like fans being upside down, being no obvious way to actually change the nozzles out in the cartridge that's in the back. Really weird stuff. But I didn't see a lot of other cool, like I liked what was it, the quantum dot filament
from Protopasta.
That was cool. So I kind of like, and if anybody isn't aware of it, so basically a quantum dot is basically a tiny like milliscule sized semiconductor crystal. So it like emits light when you for like black light is UV. It'll shine under UV. So, but the cool thing about it is it looks neat, right? Like if you print a dragon in it, it looks cool. But for me, I think it would look neat in a Tron, right? Like you print like a disc from the movie Tron. And you use that quantum dot in it, where people have used like luminescent reds and blues or even glow in the dark. But this stuff like really is really bright. Like it almost looks like LEDs.
Can it work in any color, or does it still have to be a certain type of thing? Like I didn't see any details on like if you could just throw it into any filament.
So based off the Protopasta article, it appears like it could basically be put in anything. Now I think because it's a semiconductor crystal that's in it, I'm guessing that it is very abrasive. I imagine it would be significantly abrasive, but I would imagine you could put it in any color filament. The example that I saw was red. I don't know if they had any other colors at CES, if anybody is in chat is aware of that. But the only one I saw was like a red. But I imagine it could be any type of color. The only thing that I'm guessing, I mean, it's Protopasta, so it's not going to be inexpensive anyways. But because of what it is, I imagine it's going to be even more expensive than, a $50 roll. $50 1 kilogram roll of normal Protopasta PLA, which is already very expensive. But if you have a specific project in mind where you don't need a ton of it, it'd probably be pretty cool. But
I mean, it would be cool to have something like that if you could combine that with like some type of engineering filament, right? Where maybe it's a part that needs to be replaced often. You could just use the black light to kind of find it, in a warehouse or in a factory, or or use it for like exit signs or something like that. Something that where like you could just have one black light in a room and it shines and hits all the signs, and all the exit signs light up.
Yeah, like one of the things I was like, oh, you could use it to print like like walkway markers, like and then just have a small
light
that because you can have a pretty large room with a singular tiny black light, and anything will glow. So it wouldn't take much. So it'd be pretty cool to see. It'll be neat to see how people use it. You can use it just basically like aesthetically, like printing dragons, like the example they had. But they even said in the article that their idea behind it was basically to put it out and then see what people did with it. Like,
that's gutsy, dude. Because that's exactly what I was saying. I was like, I wonder if this was a need or just somebody came up with an idea to make something cool, and then this was it. Also, what type of nozzle will you need for this? I didn't see that in the snippet that I read. Whether or not it still could be printed with a regular printer, or
I didn't see anything in their article from Protopasta's site about it, about that. But it's a semiconductor crystal in it, like lots of them. So it has to be abrasive. I can't imagine that it's not abrasive. So I'm guessing you're going to need, hardened extruded gears, hardened nozzle, just like if you were printing carbon fiber or anything else. But which most people have that ability now, anyways.
I don't even understand why printers are still coming with brass. Like, honestly, like you're just wasting people's time at that point.
I mean, they should come with at least a bimetal nozzle with hardened extruded gears, or just something, not which most do, like the Centauri does, all the new cheating machines do, but like things like the U1, you have that doesn't, but and I think more multicolor machines sometimes don't, but you can obviously get them. But it'll be neat to see. It'll be neat to see what people do with it. It's one of those. We had said it before, right? It's a niche filament, right? Like it's not something anybody's done before.
No.
It's cool, and it could end up being super popular. But the other thing from CES that I saw, it was called I think it's pronounced Gauss. It's Gauss.
Yeah, the metal printer.
Gauss, yeah, the MT90. So it's Metal Printing Inc. is the name of the company. They're a South Korean company, but it's really different because instead of SLS, so instead of laser sintering metal dust, or welding metal to 3D print, this uses a metal paste. So it's a paste-based metal extrusion technology. They're calling it MEX. I don't know why they're calling it MEX, MEX, but paste-based metal. So basically it uses like these syringe type things that has the metal paste in it. And it uses an AI camera and what's called a dispensing algorithm to control the extrusion control system. So to control the flow, and then it uses a laser to cook it, basically, to harden it. Now it uses the nozzle size range from a 0.2 to a 1.4, which is huge.
Yeah.
All the prints I saw from it, like they did some impeller blades from like a turbo. They are not anywhere near the quality that you get from SLS. It is more in line with what you see with metal 3D printing. That is, then the part is
finished,
welded, the welding printing, and then their machine. It seems to be more like that. But it's neat because it doesn't produce any dust, no off-gassing from welding, no explosion danger. So it in theory, it does have a HEPA filter, so it is boxed. So whatever that paste does require some type of filtering because it does have a HEPA filter built into it. But they say it's safe for office spaces.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be, which SLS is not, right? Like SLS, you're not going to have in your bedroom or in your house or in your even really in open workshop because it's filthy, it's dirty. You gotta, you got that dust blowing everywhere. You really have to contain that stuff.
Yeah.
Not healthy to build in or breathe in. So it's kind of neat. It's a neat idea, but this kind of reminded me of when. And I can't even think of the name of it, but basically it's 3D printing in gel came out several years back, and there's a few different versions of it, and they've never really materialized anything on the consumer level. But this is kind of neat. I thought it was cool, but it'd be interesting to see if they can get it to print accurately. But
yeah. Machine wise, Creality released the Spark. What is it? The Spark XI or something like that?
The Sparks i7.
Yeah. It looks a lot like the A1 printer, but also allows you to use an enclosed filament holder, unspooler.
Now I don't buy into the whole clone crap or it looks like an A1. I don't care, right? They all bed slingers now all look the same, right? Whether they're white. I mean, they should have made it black, right?
They should have
always black. They should have just made it black. It wouldn't
have
looked like the A1.
It actually would have looked pretty sexy if it was in black.
Now Creality drives me nuts, right? I think the printer looks good. I'm sure it's going to perform well.
Yeah,
I like the form factor of the AMS. I like that better than I do the AMS Lite or the Bamboo, the A1 AMS Lite. I like the look of it. It seems really light. I just like it being contained and everything. So I'm sure it's going to work well. What drives me nuts is one, the naming scheme. Where the hell Sparks i7? Like, who came up with that?
This is completely speculative, but I have heard that they have different teams working on printers, and that's how you wind up with several Ender 3 variations and Ender variations.
You have
it kind of feels like it's the same way because we still have the Creality High, you know, and it's like, well, like is this in competition to that? Is it a replacement for that? The High literally just came out maybe 6 months ago,
and it's good, right? It works good. People like it, and I just don't. And then like it came out with this mark, and it said 3 THREE 3-D Musketeer. It just said that across the top, and then everybody was like, "Oh, Grant 3D Musketeer." Now it didn't say 3D, his name. It was different, but it had no context, no anything. And then now they have Sparks i7 on their website, and then it says, "Make every spark outplay." What? I don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
Make every spark outplay. So I've always been a Creality fan. They drive me nuts with some of the things that they do and all of the, but it looks like a good printer, right? And I'm sure at what, $379 was it?
I think so.
For $379 with an AMS that is enclosed, I think it's a good deal, right? Like I'm sure it's going to print well. I'm sure it's going to be good. And the only issue I have is that I always wonder, like the Creality High, right? Like if you bought the Creality High, or you or I or anybody in 3D printing recommends the Creality High, you always have to wonder with Creality, like, are they going to stop supporting that machine? Are they going to stop making parts for that machine? You're not going to see a whole lot of aftermarket support for those machines because there's so many of them.
So the way I always kind of like break down a lot of stuff is, first of all, with the Enders and with Creality, people have had issues with them. I've not had any issues with them, therefore I can't, talk to that point. But it's a numbers game, I really feel like we should like printers should be kind of getting to the point of like toasters in a sense. Like
closer than they've ever been. Yeah.
Yeah. Like at one point there were probably like 4 different ways to toast bread. You know, let's say, you know, I'll come up with a way, you come up with a way. Everyone's like, okay, we want bread that's crusty on the outside, it's toasted. And then eventually we all got to the dual slot toaster. All those companies finally was like, okay, this is the best way to do it. And I feel like printers should be getting to that point soon where like they're like, oh, holistically, this is the best way to do it. Are there some proprietary parts on there? Sure. But like, you know, a linear rail is a linear rail, you know, a gantry is a gantry. You know, the hot end and the boards are, you know, what the extruder, the hot end and the boards.
Yeah, I mean, they're not
the 3 things that are different amongst most printers. So we support for like part support should almost be universal at a certain point. Like it's hard to believe that we're still like waiting for, I mean, nozzles, yeah, but we're still waiting for companies to spin up, you know, nozzle production, you know, for machines that they've put out.
Yeah, and I think like, I mean, over the last 4 years since 2022, I mean, there really hasn't been like, unless you throw out like the Vortec there, because that's something that's like completely different. But there really hasn't been a whole lot of like crazy innovation, right? Like people have like Bamboo put out a very high quality type of machine, and then other people kind of followed suit and created their version of similar high quality machines, whether it's an enclosed core XY or a high-speed bed slinger. They're all kind of looking similar, just with the company's cosmetic spin on it. But all the basic parts are all the same, right? Like, so I think we're as close to like I mean, for years, 6-7 years, you've always heard of like appliance printers, right? Like people wanting printers to become appliances. The nature of FDM and FFF printing, it's just never going to happen, right?
No,
like no printer is ever going to be an appliance because
in everybody's house, never.
Every printer, any printer at any given point, I don't care how much that printer costs or what printer that is, stands a chance to have a blob of death, right?
Yeah.
A blob nozzle that a person that buys a printer as an appliance isn't prepared to fix, right? So then now what do you do with it? You know, it's just by the nature of melting plastic, extruding plastic in layers is just in open air is just too volatile for it to ever be an appliance. Now, are they way easier to use than ever? Yeah, and I mean, they're getting even easier. But I mean, we can't like even the nozzle, right? Like we can't even get a uniform or like a standardized nozzle. Like everybody comes out with different nozzles, and even within own companies, right? Like well, like Cheedy, right? I've got the Cheedy Q2 sitting right there, one of the best printers I've ever bought. That printer is, in my opinion, almost perfect.
Well, they're coming out you have the Q2 or the Q2C, because they're coming out.
So I would never buy the Q2C because I bought the Q2 because I want the chamber heater.
Okay.
So the Q2C doesn't have the active chamber heater, so it's kind of like a lower end version, less expensive version.
A consumer, a newbie friendly printer.
It's the Centauri, right?
Yeah,
so it prints carbon fiber and abrasives, but it prints PLA, PETG, TPU. You know, like that's really where you're going to sit. Whereas like the non-C version Q2 with the active chamber, you can basically print anything. But what I was saying with the nozzles, like even with Cheedy within the own company, the nozzles from a +4 don't fit on the Q2, right? So they're constantly making, and they're very similar, but they're just the ones it's either the +4 or the Q2 are slightly longer. They look almost identical. They're just like 4 millimeters longer, and they don't work. So you can't even within an own company, a lot of them standardize with just a single nozzle and just have it for all printers. So.
Now I wonder with this the Spark X and like the high and whatever else I've not touched those machines, but I wonder if like Creality is kind of like using single nozzle for for these machines now, because I think that's probably also a big factor. Is like I would be pissed off if I bought the A1 and the A1 Mini and they use two different nozzle types.
So the Sparks i7 is a different nozzle than the high.
Damn it.
So the Sparks is very much an A1 type of nozzle, but where you have the heat, basically the nozzle and then the heat sink, the clip is in the front. So it's like this big clasp that locks in a hook and then snaps down.
Okay.
And it's upwards, like in front of the heat break, not on the nozzle necessarily. Now what I do like about the Sparks that I saw is that the actual heat block doesn't just sit up against the nozzle in the back like the A1 does. It actually folds around. So it almost encompasses the whole nozzle. So I think you would get much more uniform heating, because I had issues, never with my Mini, but my two A1s, those things clogged all the time. Now, I'm someone who prints PLA, PETG, TPU going back and forth, and I don't stick to a specific nozzle for a type of filament. It would clog, but I think the design of the A1 lends itself to easily clogging, and I know tons of people that have clogging issues with it. Some say they don't, but I think the way that I think the Sparks nozzle is how I would have wanted to see the A1, the Bamboo A1 look. I think it's seems to be, to me, a better design and setup. I mean, you'll see. I guess everybody will see long term. I don't know if I'll ever own one, but it doesn't look like a bad setup. So
yeah. I think it's their way of kind of grabbing a foothold of the new to printing people.
Yeah.
We also got the Anycubic Cobra X, I think. Yeah, Cobra X.
Yeah, I am super excited about that.
I like the form factor of it. I think it's clean. They're just going ahead and lobbing the spools on the top, which makes it a part of the design, which also means that they probably more than likely have tested this design for like input shaping and vibration and stuff like that. Having it on the top, which is always a plus. So I mean, it's really nothing to it. I mean, it's it's where we're at right now. It's surprising because a lot of people thought we were going to get away from bed slingers, but now it's like you can get an enclosed printer or a bed slinger for like the same price. So there's really
people prior to the A1, people were calling for the death of the bed slinger. Like everybody was like, death, and me personally, I prefer an enclosed Core XY or an enclosed, it can be Cartesian, just enclosed. I prefer an enclosed printer over an open air bed slinger, not because I think bed slingers are bad. Bed slingers are great. They produce a print and they're just as fast as Core XYs now. So I just like them enclosed because I print a lot of polycarbonate, ABS, ASA, technical stuff that requires the enclosure. So I would just prefer to keep my space with enclosed printers that could print anything. But I think bed slingers have a place, and I don't imagine bed slingers ever going away. But
yeah, the cool thing about the co-print is that it uses the longer y-axis, and it has 4 heads on it, 2 on one side, 2 on the other.
Big though.
It's big.
It is wide as hell.
I like the look of it though, dude.
I do not.
I like the look. I don't know why.
It looks to me like, and it is, they just took their big blocky co-print tool head and just stuffed 4 of them on an A1.
It's simple. And
now it's big. It's 300 by 300, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's good size, but it's got to be, if that bed is 300 by 300, the whole width of that printer has to be close to like 370.
And I
It's
think
wide.
one of the selling points is that fourth nozzle can still hit the whole bed. Like that's why they made it wider.
Yeah.
So that you can still reach all the points on the bed.
Which it makes sense. I mean, mechanically, the design makes sense mechanically for what they were trying to do. It's just big. It's going to take up a lot of space.
I'm sorry, XX is not Y-axis. My bad.
Yeah, X. Yeah. I knew what you meant. Yeah, it's just. I mean, it's cool. It's different, but I don't know. I mean, I like the fact that you're going to be able to print multi-material with it.
Yeah.
Right. Like you don't print multi-material with an AMS or a 4-into-1 tool head because it's a hot mess and a disaster, and you'll get clogs. But I think I do like that. I like that it would be a multi-material, not just a multicolor printer. So that's neat. It's just wide and going to take up a lot of for someone who likes enclosed printers so that I can put them like really close together.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's one of the things, like the U1 is wide. It's not as wide as I think we were all thinking it was going to be. Because it, the spools are on the side, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would ever go for the co-print printer. I don't know, but
I wouldn't buy one.
How much are they? Have you seen the price?
No, I'm looking through right now. No, but they're doing the whole U1 thing. Deposit $20, get you locked in.
Oh yeah.
I'm not for it. Like one time is enough for me with the U1.
Yeah, I didn't care for it with the U1. Like,
yeah,
the deposit, other than the deposit being put towards your purchase price, it got you nothing.
Yeah, like
we still had to wait and almost didn't get in.
So,
but yeah,
I'm good without all of that part. Like, but
I think if the price is okay. I thought it was only right around $400, right?
It's gonna have to be. I don't see a price on here, but it's gonna have to be in that ballpark in order to compete. Because like now, you really have to bring something innovative to the table.
Yeah,
but isn't their system alone is like $400, right?
Yeah, especially if you get it with like the Chroma head, the Chroma set, I think comes with like the Chroma pad and everything. And I think they're right around, I think the most expensive one is upwards of $450. Now, I have not been on board with the co-print. It was a neat idea, but it just took too long for it to come out. And now there are just better options. But they do now have an upgrade kit specific for like per printer. So like my Cheedy X-Max 3 that is an older now core, I mean older, came out in 2023, but that's Clipper, but they have an upgrade path for that, right? So the Cheedy box doesn't have an upgrade for that, the X series printers, but if you had that printer, which is 330 by 330, so it's big. If you wanted a big multicolor printer, it's not a bad idea to put this on it. It's so for the KCM, the co-print KCM set for the X-Max, for the 4-color, it's $250.
That's not bad.
That's the price of an AMS, right? Yeah. I mean, that's the price of pretty much any AMS. So in that sense, I think it might be a good thing, Again, I guess it all depends on how easy it is to install and then configure, right? And tune, because this is basically the polished version of what the 3D Chameleon should have been, right? So the 3D Chameleon is basically a similar type of setup, but the 3D Chameleon was a disaster because the documentation and the setup part of it was awful. I eventually got mine working, but it was not reliable. It took tens and tens, maybe 100 hours to get that thing working right. And then it messed up. So if this is easy to set up and get working, then I think it's okay. But
nice. I don't know if that was just me. You roboted it a little bit. It might have just been on my end.
Yeah, your camera froze for a bit, but you're back.
So it might have been.
Might have been my end. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, sorry.
I wonder who's building the co-print phone, because they not even a year ago they had a blossoming relationship with Creality.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if this was like something that they kind of like worked on collaboratively and came up with this machine.
Could be. I will say that the printer, it actually gives me. I thought maybe they were working with Solval, because the look of the printer gives me Comgro vibes, like the Comgro T300 or the T400. But again, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't know. But I remember when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that has like a Comgro look to it."
I can kind of see that.
But then it also kind of has like an Anchor look to it. I don't know, and then it does have a Creality. It kind of looks like a silver version of Sparks, just with a big, gigantic X-axis.
My thought was look up the.
I don't hate the look of it. It's not that bad, I guess. I said earlier I didn't care for it, but it's not that bad.
It may have been like with them coming out with the Spark. It may be a version of the. Literally, and I don't know if this is a coincidence, but when I typed in Creality High into my Google search, the first two sponsored products that come up are the Anycubic Cobra X. The very first.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they got a keyword in there for that. You know, when. But, I mean, the Cobra X I find really interesting, and the price on it is amazing. But I like I said, I don't know. To me, it's just another. It's another 4-color bed slinger that still poops. Now it's like a 40% savings over their Cobra 3 and with the Ace Pro. So it's like a 40%. So it still poops.
I'm gonna need them to start listening to us though. Stop doing 4 colors. Give us 5. Do the right thing.
Now,
give us 5 colors.
If CoPrint did 5, I think that printer would have tipped over. So
well, it's low. I think the spools are pretty low on it, right? Aren't they?
Yeah, but
you just gotta get a good center of gravity.
If you print a real high print, you're gonna have all 4 of those heads up top like whipping around. That thing's gonna like rock off the table. But
nice.
Hey, Dad's RC Workbench, how are you doing? So,
hey, what's going on?
I don't know. I don't mind that. I don't mind the look of that. But yeah, I mean, there are some new. I'm wondering. The only thing that I'm really looking for in 2026 is who is going to be the next one to come out with a out-of-the-box tool changer to compete with the U1, and will it be bigger? And will it have 5 tool heads like the XL?
Yeah.
So now that could be anybody. Now I'm specifically thinking like U1 or Snapmaker, right? Like, is Snapmaker going to come out with a larger version of the U1 that maybe has 5 tool heads? I think if they do that, if they or 6, whatever, but 5 or 6, I think if they did 5 or 6, why would anybody ever buy a Prusa XL again? Like, other than if you're a diehard Prusa fan.
Oh yeah, they'll still sell Prusa. Yeah. Listen, I mean, I'm not gonna doubt Prusa ever again, because they we thought they were dead, and then they made a couple changes and pivoted on us, which is great.
Oh, I'm a huge Prusa fan. I mean, I had 4 of the MK4S or MK3S pluses, and I loved them. I love Prusa, and I would love to have a Core 1L if I felt like spending $1,800.
But
but
I think
a good machine.
Snapmaker will be doing themselves a disservice if they did not do at least six tool head changer, because like 4 is cool, but 6 you can do so much more with. I don't
know.
5,
to me,
5 is at least 5, but it's like, why stop at 5 when you can do 6? Because they're gonna have to make the machine bigger to do 5 anyway. So
yeah, I'm trying to you could fit 6. You just make it bigger. I mean, the benefit is that the U1 tool heads are not huge, right?
Yeah,
they're not wide. They're deep, which is why you have that bump out in the back of the printer. But they're not big tool heads. So, I mean, I think they could easily do. So, real quick, Polymorph says, do you ever think so? I don't think Polymorph was here in the beginning of the stream. We were talking about a printer from CES, Polymorph, if you want to check it out. It's called the Gauss, Gauss MT90. It's appears to be a consumer grade. That remains to be seen, because you don't know the cost of it. Cost sometimes dictates whether something is considered consumer grade or professional. But this is different. It's metal. It uses, I won't go into it again, so you can look at it. Yeah, Gauss MT90. So uses metal goo. What do they call it again? Paste-based metal extrusion technology. So yeah, look that up. I mean, it's neat. I don't think it's where it needs to be based off the prints that I saw from it. If they can get the print quality up, and it's not super expensive, I mean, I'd have one in my house. Why not? I'd love to print metal. So, and it is advertised as being office friendly, so you don't have to, you can put it in your office space. So.
Well, I thought someone else had an at-home, at-home metal 3D printing.
There was an at-home, an at-home SLS 3D printer. It was Micronic. I can't even remember what it is. But anyways, they ended up being bought out by Formbot, and then the whole thing just not Formbot. I'm the godfather of resin printing.
Formlabs.
They were bought out by Formlabs, and the whole thing just got like,
good lord.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know I don't think we'll ever see consumer grade desktop SLS. It's just too messy. The powder goes everywhere. It's kind of like doing drywall in your house. No matter how much you tape off and protect, that fine drywall dust gets everywhere. And SLS is the same. Like, I've been in a shop with an SLS printer that is contained, and the stuff is everywhere, and it's outside of the containment area. It's just a mess. So I don't think we'll ever see that. I think if you have an SLS printer, you're just going to have it in a industrial area or a garage or a shop that's meant for it, that type of thing. But I know this stuff, this new thing might be the way to do it, but who knows?
TJ, we only mentioned the U1 one time, sir. So
one time.
Yeah.
And that was because we said in 2026 we want to see someone come out with a 5 or 6 tool head changer out of the box. That I don't have to sell a kidney to buy. The only one that's proven to be able to do that is Snapmaker. So, and I will say, I'm probably at about 100. How many hours do you have on yours? I'm about 150.
I actually don't have that many on mine. I might have like 50 hours on it, maybe.
Yeah. I'm probably at about 150, and it's great. I haven't had any issues. The one issue that I had with it was actually my fault, but I haven't had any issues. It prints amazing, super easy to use. I love the thing. For $850, I think the thing's an absolute steal. Yeah. So I'd love to see like a 5 or 6 tool changer that's like $12.99. I'd be down.
Hear me out. Okay, so what if they did this, right? still the U1 more or less, but they put two two hot ends on it, one on one side, one on the other, right? And it can go, you can get 8 heads. You can do the 4 on the back and then 4 on the front, and then you just have the area that only,
So
kind of similar to the H2C. It can only
there actually is
both sides.
So do you know the ProForge printer?
Yeah.
So there
ProForge,
actually
wait.
is the guy who designed the ProForge, which is sold on by Formbot, or it's sold on the Formbot. But the guy who designed the is it the ProForge? Hold on, let me verify that.
ProForge is the one that's usually done through Kickstarter.
Yeah, but the one sorry, I'm getting the name wrong. So it's called the Explorer. So the Marathon.
Okay.
The first printer they had out was called the Marathon. It's Vivindio or Vivito or something like that. Anyways, you can buy them on Formbot. But the Marathon was a big IDEX printer they came out. But they did recently come out with, it's called the Explorer, Xplorer, made by the same company, the Vivedino, Vivedino, again, Formbot. But it's one guy who came out with the Marathon, and he came out with the Explorer, which is, it's instead of IDEX, it's called IQEX, IQEX.
Okay.
And it's a quad extruder, and 2 are in the back and 2 are in the front. So similar to the idea that you just said.
Mm-hmm.
It's not out yet, ready yet, but yeah, it has 2 gantries, a front gantry and a rear gantry, and it has 2 extruders per. So it can be done.
Also,
so
I wanted to mention. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, and you can buy that Explorer IDEX, and then eventually the IQEX, which is quad. I think that's why they're using the Q. Quad extruder, 2 gantries. But yeah, what were you saying?
The one thing I did want to say: how are blobs of death still happening? Like, we have AI for spaghetti detection. Like, how do we not have nozzles, cameras right on the nozzle, or just use the weights? Something needs to give on that.
They happen far less than they used to.
They
way
do, but
less than they used to.
And
I will say, I think that on any next gen printer, new gen printer, however you want to say it, everything from 24 till now, I would dare to say, and I'll go out on the limb, that if you get a blob of death on your printer, it's your fault. It's not the printer. It's something you did or didn't do. I don't think, I mean, I have never had now I'm going to get one. I got to knock on wood.
Yeah, you do.
I have never had a blob of death on a out of the box printing printer, right? A printer you just take out of the box, you hit a button, it calibrates everything, auto Z offset, auto bed leveling, AI cameras, spaghetti detection, all the bells and whistles. I've never had a blob of death. I've had a failed print, but I've never had a blob of death. So I think it happens far less than it used to. And I think back in the Ender 3 days, original Pro V2, you could have a blob of death and it wouldn't be your fault, right? It just happened. I think now, blobs of death are a lot of times people not cleaning their beds, not using proper adhesion, depending on the filament you're printing. So yeah, I just and like TechJeeper says, a lot of times blobs of death back in the day were because someone, and again, I still think this is user error, they installed a hot end and didn't get it tightened all the way, and it oozed out above the heat break or above the nozzle, and you got a blob of death. But yeah, I think it happens a lot less. But I mean, has anybody ever gotten? So for any of you in chat that are fans of Bamboo printers, right? Bamboo printers are very easy to use and kind of have all the bells and whistles. Have you ever had a blob of death on one of your Bamboo printers? Steve, have you ever had a blob of death on your A1?
I think I had one on the A1, but I caught it like early. but and it also wasn't going to be like a huge print. So, but I caught it early and it was fine.
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen the pictures? It's like there's like a famous blob of death on an A1, and it's on white filament, and it goes out. It sticks out of the nozzle like a foot.
Dude, there's one where it's like it looks like a turkey, like a fried turkey wing. It's brown, and it is insane. I don't even know how that happens. I don't even know. I don't know how that works. Like from a logistics point of view, I'd like to see the time lapse of that happening, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's feeding the filament and it's pushing it away while it's also still feeding it, but it wasn't really drooping. It was like horizontal to it was parallel to the plate. So it's like, how the heck does that even really happen?
That's how that white one was. It stuck to the nozzle and it went straight out. Like it was like a bunch of blobs connected, and it stuck right off the front of the nozzle. So the only time I had two X1Cs, and one of them was garbage. It was a lemon right from the start. The other one I had weird little issues with, but my P1S is the only time I ever had a near blob was when the P1S will go to the poop chute. The poop would stick to the front of the, now like BQ has like these little like Teflon cubes or squares that you can put on to, but the poop would collect in the poop, and that kind of bunched up in there, and then the nozzle went in to poop again, and it just stuck to everything, and it came out, and it had all the poop stuck to the nozzle, which if I hadn't caught it, it would have turned into a friggin' blob of death. But I had heard something weird, and I had come into my office and went over and saw a bunch of poop stuck to it, so I just reached in, pulled it off, and everything was fine. But that was a thing with that was the thing with the X1Cs and the P1Ss, is that a lot of people get the poop stuck in the chute that turns into a blob.
I googled A1 blob of death, and it's actually slightly comical. The number of the number of blobs of death that people have gotten and what they look like. It's just insane.
Oh, there's a green one that's pretty wild.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. It was the brown one that dude. It literally looked like a turd shooting straight out the face of the printer. I cannot find it, dude.
Yeah, actually, I just googled it, and there are quite a few. But I mean, any printer you have, you're gonna somebody out there is going, and it doesn't matter how good the printer is, somebody is gonna have a blob of death on it, because you can't squeeze molten hot sticky plastic out of a nozzle and it not happen somehow.
Yeah,
100%. For someone, whether it's your fault or just something weird happening with the printer, like I will say, like with the P1S and the X1C, I mean, the poop chute probably should have been a little bit bigger. I mean, maybe it would have prevented that from not getting stuck. Like somehow my Cheedy Q2, I don't know how, the poop chute is actually smaller than what's on the P1S. Nothing ever gets stuck in it. I don't know why. It must be the plastic that the chute is made out of. Nothing sticks to it. So I've never had anything bunch up in it. I've had a couple hang and stick in the Centauri, in the Centauri carbons, but
they're dangerous in the Centauri, because it could, when you go to do the unload and load, it hits that back chute, and you can run into some issues. Granted, actually I need to I don't think I have a box behind my Centauri. It's poop all on the floor behind that thing.
Oh yeah, I don't want to look. So where my Q2, so I have my Q2, and then I have two Centauris next to it on one shelf, and behind that rack, because it goes behind the rack and then it goes down to the floor, because it's like one of those heavy duty racks with three shelves. I have to pull stuff out and put a vacuum, like a shop vac back there, because I bet there's half a foot deep of poop. I don't I don't have buckets behind any of them. I do one Centauri. I do now, but yeah, I just let it go and then I vacuum it up.
Yeah. Something else I just saw, not related to that, but I think we all agree that this is probably. I was saying it last year, but I think this is definitely going to be the year for TPU. I think some companies are beginning to spin up TPU production and offer more colors in their TPU lineup.
I wish one of those was polar.
Yeah, or just TPU in general if they don't have it at all. So that's something to look forward to. But there's a company called, I'm reading this straight, it's like called Ecogenesis Biopolymers has launched a new Gen TPU filament derived from algae and plant oils that's supposedly biodegradable.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. That's neat.
Yeah. I don't know to what extent, but basically they show a picture of 0 months in home compost, and it's plain. I mean, it looks regular, and then after 6 months, all you kind of really see is the sole of the shoe, which pretty cool.
So,
go
ahead. If anybody sees this or clip this and send this to Polar Filament, stop making PHA and start producing TPU, because all of your TPU is always sold out, and you have 2 colors, black and natural. I want lots of Polar TPU, because Polar in their PLA, Polar has some amazing colors, really cool colors. And I would love to see those colors in TPU from Polar. But they just, I don't know why. They make 60D, which is fine. I like a 60D. 60D is flexible, but it's harder than a 95A. They have a ton of those, but for some reason, the 95A, they only have black or natural, and they're always sold out. So yes, I think you're right. I think TPU is a hugely underrated filament for a lot of stuff. TPU, so I will say, the first robotics teams, they know how to use TPU, because TPU in all the different shore hardnesses, whether it's D's or A's, whether it's 95A, 90 down to 80, 70, like Ninja Flex is a 70A, or like a 64D or a 70D, which is actually harder than a 95A. There's a lot of uses for harder TPU for applications that require a lot of impact resistance, because there isn't a filament that has the layer adhesion or the impact resistance of TPU, period. TPU can take an impact, it doesn't shatter. It has to get hit really hard and then it will tear, but it's not going to separate at the layers. I think it's an underrated filament that I'd like to see a lot of people use it for a lot more stuff.
Yeah, it will be awesome to see. So let's take death racers. Now that people have the U1 in hand, you'll be able to do more multi-material parts. So you might have a hard PLA under shell with the TPU on the top or something like that to handle impacts and stuff like that. I would say maybe a TPU PETG TPU sandwich of parts, where you have the soft on the outside to absorb impact, and then you have the PETG to kind of give it the rigid structure, and then another layer of TPU on the back end to handle compression or something like that, and just have cars and stuff that can handle way more impacts than currently.
So exactly what you just said. So I'm currently working on so on FRC robots, we used to use tank drive, but now they use what are called swerve drives. So they're a dual motor swerve drive, and there's 4 per corner. Well, they're very expensive, and the motors are very expensive. So they have, you typically 3D print covers. They come with covers, but a lot of times they'll 3D print extra covers to protect them, because you got 130-pound robots flying around at like 9 meters per second. They're fast and they're heavy. So I'm currently working on, because of the U1 actually, because I can do it now, is I'm working on a cover that is 2 materials. So we used to print them out of PETG, but PETG, although more impact resistant than PLA, if it gets hit hard enough, it will shatter. And then we started printing them out of TPU, but there was an issue with like 95A TPU. It doesn't, there's these covers hold what are called Limelight's cameras, and these cameras need to be somewhat sturdy. So in just the TPU covers, there was a lot of vibration in them, which can cause some issues. So now I'm working on a motor cover that the frame of the motor cover is PETG, and then the top of it is TPU, but it's going to be printed all in as one part. So not like a lower part and then just a cover that's TPU. It's all just going to print in one piece. And then I have another one that's kind of like this. And then for cases, we're making cases to put like tools in at the shop, so the kids can like transport them to the events. But instead of using so like these small Pelican cases, instead of using bolts and hinges, they're going to have integrated TPU hinge. So so I think like multicolor with TPU and other material is cool. I'd like to see a lot of that I'd like to see a lot of TPU, and then a lot more people integrating that in other prints. Yeah.
One of the things I'll say, like in 2026, design wise, especially with multi-material printing, it's changing how I think about certain things when I'm making them, because I want to incorporate, first of all, like TPU hinges, like you said, or like, say you have a case like that and your gasket is TPU, but it also has a lid. So you just combine the gasket and the hinge into like just a TPU part that prints on both pieces. So now you have this thing that, and it's replaceable. Maybe you have something that, the initial one is printed with it, but because they don't adhere to each other, you can make replacement parts for it or whatever, or, things along those lines.
And like the advancements in slicers too, because like PLA and TPU don't stick together, right? But you can interlock them. You can design a part and then use the interlock feature in Orca and Prusa Slicer to actually lock them together. So they'll print and they'll be together. Now TPU and PETG, they will stick together. Like really well, they'll stick together. Now I don't know. I imagine it will stick to nylon, as TPU would stick to nylon. Everything sticks to nylon. I haven't tried it yet, but I think somebody said, Nick said, nylon or PPA CF infill with TPU walls. I imagine TPU would stick to nylon. I have to check on it or just try it, print it, but nylon sticks to everything. So
that would be interesting.
So the other thing that I saw was so a while back, the United States. So if anybody's out of the United States in chat, you might not, but if you're in the United States, they amended a regulation that basically 3D printing has always been in the United States military, but the process. So I work with our local base. They have a machine shop and a lot of 3D printers, the Centiums and Stratasys and all kinds of machines. And they can use 3D printed parts, but there was a very rigorous process in getting that design and then the print approved for actual use in the field. So there was a while, last month, 2 months ago, I don't even remember what it was. There was an amendment to that now allows generals and commanders, like base commanders or people out in to basically approve the use of 3D printed parts basically on the go, right? Like on the fly, without having to have certain things, without having to have very rigorous approvals to be able to use it. So kind of on the heels to that, so Velo 3D, are you familiar with Velo? They're more of a commercial.
I've seen the name.
Yeah, so they're not a consumer grade printer. So Velo makes huge metal printers and stuff for, like, they make a big giant Delta printer, but they make commercial grade stuff. So they just signed a partnership, which is called a CRADA. So it's a CRADA. So it's a Cooperative Research and Development Agreement. So Velo signed with the U.S. Army to allow the U.S. Army to use Velo machines to rapidly produce parts like out on the field. And it's the specific thing was so the U.S. Army, so it's DevCom, so Ground Vehicle Systems Center. So, but yeah, they're going to be using Velo stuff to rapidly produce and prototype and put finished products in military use for the Army, and that was pretty cool. I think anytime you get like that level of buy-in, and the military's been using 3D printing for years, so it's nothing new, but like now it's becoming like, and we've talked about it before, right? Like it used to be that 3D printing when it first came out was used for rapid prototyping, right? But it wasn't used for, nobody ever thought that it was going to be used for finished products, right? Like you take a part off a printer and you put it into use. And now we've proven that parts can come off a printer and be a finished part, right? Without a ton of post-processing and all kinds of other things. So I think when you get every year that goes by, the more things like this we see, like if that buy-in from everybody.
Is it just me, or is he frozen for you guys as well?
No, you look good for me. But yeah, I think any level buy-in at any level, whether it's government or education or like all kinds of stuff, is so good for additive manufacturing or 3D printing, whether it's consumer or commercial grade. Okay. So I think it was neat. Velo, because Velo is always at, I don't know if they were at CS this year, but they're always at Formnext, and I think they go to Jesus, what's it called? What's that other one? It's actually going to be in Boston this year.
Rapid.
Yeah, Rapid TCT. Yeah. So I think they go to Rapid too. I'm actually going to be there this year at Rapid because it's in my neighborhood.
Remotely considering making the drive.
I mean, it's not that bad. How far is Boston from you?
I think it's 6 hours or 8 hours or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
you're more familiar with that drive than the furthest north I've been coastal wise is New York. Now I've been up to Canada, but to Toronto, but the furthest I've been coastal wise is up to New York. So
yeah, I mean, Boston is not. Boston driving is not for the faint of heart. I will say that, but if you're used to driving in any other big city, it's pretty much the same. It's just, yeah, it's it'd be cool. For me, it's like it's a 3 hour, and it takes me like 3 hours and 50 minutes, 3 hours and 45 to get there. But we go. I mean, obviously, I'm from there, so we go there a lot, and we go. That's the closest micro center to me. So I don't have a micro center that's a bike ride away like you do. Unfortunately, I have to drive 4 hours to go to a micro center, and it's not even a good micro center.
Feeling targeted here, man. Listen, I can't have it.
See, you have a good micro. The Parkville Micro Center is good. Like, it's a good one.
Listen, it's so close. I met Dave from 3D&T there yesterday. Gave him the last available roll of You Kiss Your Mother with That Mouth.
Well, last unavailable roll, really.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But yeah, It literally is like 4 minutes away, if that long.
Yeah, and it's that one's a good micro center. Like the Cambridge Boston Micro Center. I mean, it's micro center, so it's great, but the 3D printing section at this micro center is lackluster. It leaves a little bit to be desired. It could, I wish they would revamp it and make it like twice the size, but
they just did some work on ours. They basically downgraded the Apple section and made it and basically put the 3D, all the filament in that section now. So actually, it might have been like that. I think it was like that. Yeah.
So it was to the right of where the printers are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that huge sec. Yeah, that was big. Yeah, the Boston one is not anything like that. It's probably a third. All of the 3D printing is probably a third of that. Like, like one aisle. It's pretty sad.
So like one aisle.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But it's like an aisle and a half, really. And it's kind of mixed in with all like the Adafruit and like electronics and microcontroller stuff, like all in that. It's also, yeah, it's not good. But
I literally went there yesterday. I didn't even buy anything. That's how you know it's convenient when I could go there and not buy anything.
The only thing I ever buy at Micro Center is like every 4 years I'll go buy. I buy my GPUs there because I just do. So if I'm building a new computer, like I'll buy my graphics cards there. Not and then I buy when I'm there. Well, not right now. No, I just bought one. But I bought one before all the prices went up. But yeah. And then Raspberry Pis. Every time I'm there, they always have like good deals on Raspberry Pis. So every time I go there, I stock up quarterly.
They used to let you, for a while, you only could buy like one at a time.
Yeah, the last time I was there, you could buy two.
Not this last outage, the outage before that. Well, I won't say outage, but when the Pi 0W first came out, you could only buy one at a time.
Yeah, I bought two. I bought two Pi 0, the twos. I bought two of those, and then I bought two of the 4 gig. No, I bought one 4 gig Pi 5 and then one 8 gig. I don't know why I bought that.
You're pretty close to West 3D though, right? So like for us on the East Coast, West 3D orders take a nice amount of time, dude.
Yeah, I mean so when I ordered the Bananarama, was it the Banana Wazzy turned me onto it. The Bananarama, he printed the hair in it. I think it's Bananarama. I haven't even used it yet, but I ordered a roll of that because I use their polycarbonate carbon fiber. That's but when I ordered, the last order was the Bananarama and a roll of polycarbonate carbon fiber, and it took almost 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I ordered it like a Monday, and it showed up like the Thursday of the next week. So it takes a bit.
I'm not. That's not the target them or anything. I'm just saying.
No, I mean, shipping is a bear, man.
Oh yeah.
I'll never dog anybody on shipping unless they're like a multi-million-dollar company like Bamboo or like Prusa. Come on, right? Really, like $190 to ship a friggin' printer from Prague. Like, send them here and ship them from here. But yeah, shipping is the worst. And it changes all the time. Like the weirdest thing was when we were shipping out all the Unspooled filament. Like I shipped one to Kentucky and one to Tennessee, and literally right next to each other. And the one to Kentucky was like $12, and then the one to Tennessee was like $8. How does that make
weird?
Sense?
I don't understand.
And like I shipped one to friggin' the West Coast for like $6.
Yes, I had the same thing happen. And the only thing I can guess is the number is like, even if it's in a metropolitan city, it must be like the number of hops or something that it has to take to get to that place. Because I'm like, there's no way that it costs that much more to ship, you know, from here to there. You know, like I had two that were like relatively close, and it was like a $4 difference. And I'm like, I obviously don't understand how this stuff works.
No, and it cost me the same. I shipped two in Maine, where I am. I'm in Maine. I shipped two in Maine, and it was the same price to ship the two in Maine as it was to ship the one to Kentucky. Like, that's I was weird. Like, what the hell? It went like 40 miles, like 50 miles in Maine, and it was the same price. I mean, I guess I don't know who makes the shipping prices, but
it would be nice to see it though, like
arbitrary. Like I think it's just random. Like,
just give me a map and just show me like in like some circles or whatever. Like from you, this is how much it would cost to send 1 pound to each one of these places or something.
Yeah, actually, Polymorph. I use Pirate Ship. I like Pirate Ship. It works well. I tried, like, I priced like every shipping company or going directly to like USPS or UPS or FedEx, going directly to them, and they were all relatively the same. Pirate Ship was their prices are good, and it's super easy to use.
Yeah, I was gonna use Pirate Ship when I shipped the stuff, but it wound up being like roughly the same price as doing it through PayPal, so I just stuck with PayPal.
So I have my website integrated with Pirate Ship, so like if I sell something, I have a label printer, so it just spits the label out. Like the second it sells, it just spits the label out. So half the time, that's how I know that something sold, because it spits the label out. But I do like that. Makes it easy.
Nice.
So we are 9:33.
Yep.
I really didn't have anything else to talk about.
Felt good to kind of just get back into the driver's seat per se. And you know, we'll try to get back into the swing of things.
Yep.
Wednesday is now the new night, just because of life in general.
Life.
Yeah. So
we do have a list of some cool guests that are in the works. So hopefully we get them coming back on in the next month.
So yeah, it'll be cool to kind of like get that going as well, get guests back on, and then the rotation. I don't think what else.
We do.
No events. I don't think. I'm not sure if I'm going to Remurf. 3D Printopia for sure. Murph more than likely. Remurf may or may not be in the cards. I don't know yet. Lone Star. I don't think I'm going to Lone Star. But
I am not going to either. So I will not be at Remurf, and I will not be at Lone Star. I will be at Rapid. So next, I think, in April, I think is Rapid. So I'll be at Rapid in Boston. And then I might actually try to go to Murph this year, and then 3D Printopia. But that would
do Murph.
Do it. If it's a hot swamp, I'm leaving. I'm turning around. I'm going right back to the airport.
Do
it. I'm going home.
Go to Murph.
I don't like friggin'.
It's a fun time, dude. Like more than anything, it's not as let's say it's not focused on the sales per se side of it.
Yeah,
it's just a good time. It's just people, you know, chit chatting and bonding and having fun together. And it like
that's what they call it, Murph, the Moist Rep Festival. They should just get rid of.
It's the Ocean and Goshen. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't like. I don't like.
We'll keep you cool, man. We'll figure it out. All right. We'll get you.
I'll have one of those like neck fans. That, like,
I have one
in my face,
dude.
like,
that neck fan is where it's at, dude.
Yeah.
We'll get you a reverse sauna. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't like. I hate humid. I don't mind heat. I just don't like the humidity.
We'll get you like you ever watch like the OG Star Trek? We'll get you a Captain Pike like cart.
I have never. So I'm
Oh
a
my
Star
God.
Wars guy. I'm a sci-fi guy, but I have
already
never in
thinking
my
about it.
life watched a single episode of Star Trek.
That's not
Never.
a bragging point. You should
No,
feel
I
bad.
just never have. It's just it's one of those things that I just never. I have seen the Star Trek movies with what is it, Chris Pike?
Yeah.
Those ones. Then I
Not
saw
good-
the
not-
one. I saw the movie that has what's his name? The guy from Heroes played Spock.
Yeah, that's the same one. That's the ones with.
Oh, is this the same one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the only Star Trek things I've ever seen.
I
mean,
may-
this in 2025 was the first time I ever watched Doctor Who.
I already knew you were going to say that, and
I like it.
in my head.
Like, I really like it. I mean, I'm a big sci-fi. It's just there's certain ones that I haven't
You're
seen.
not. You're not.
No.
Stop saying that you are.
No, I am. I do sci-fi. I just don't. Doctor Who and Star Trek were just two that I had never seen, but I do like Doctor Who. And it's not that I don't like Star Trek. It's just I just don't have. There's so many of them, and I don't have the time to go back to watch them.
Oh, hey, well, we just got a raid from Twig the Goblin. Oh, also a raid from the Dasher. Welcome, guys. We are we are Unspooled. We are a 3D printing podcast. We talk about 3D printing, talk about filament, talk about what's going on in the community. What are you guys? Are you guys together? Because you came in at the same time. We do kind of the same thing as well. What do you guys talk about? The Dasher and Twig the Goblin. Those I like both of those names.
Twig.
Yeah.
Now, do you go by Twig, or do you go by the Goblin, or do you go by Twig the Goblin?
Yeah.
I like Twig. Twig's a good name.
But yeah, while
we
we're on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for a raid target. Who anybody have any cool raid?
Hey Kevin, hey K2 Kevin, hey Liz.
Hey Kevin, hey Liz, how are you guys doing? Who did we miss? Anybody? Tech Cheaper built the baby belt. Did you see that?
Hold on. Listen to this. So Twig the Goblin, I go by Twig. We are together. We do a variety podcast where we talk about bucket lists and music tier lists today. Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
Whatever, bucket list and Taylor Swift's entire discography. Yeah, I am not familiar with Taylor Swift's discography at all. But I do love music.
But my wife loves my wife and all her girlfriend are huge Taylor Swift fans. So I hear the songs all the time. But I don't know much about it.
We had to switch to Wednesdays because Corey has an obligation on Tuesday. So Wednesday is a new night, at least for the foreseeable.
I can't disappoint the kids.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm a big music fan. I host live music shows like at least once a month, except for this month. So I love music. Probably most genres. But yeah, I want to check you guys out. Do you guys stream every Tuesday? I mean, every Tuesday. I'm still stuck on.
Yeah, we're used to it. You guys stream on Wednesdays?
Yeah.
I will follow and check.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm still looking for raid. I'm not finding like anything that of anybody that I'm aware of. But let's see. No, not that. Let's do. Got to be some cool makers in crafting things. Something new that we could go into.
Yeah. Let's see. Anybody?
Oh, this guy's Bowl keyboards. This guy's building keyboards. I love building keyboards.
Oh my gosh, that's the nerdiest thing I've ever heard you say.
Have you ever built a keyboard? You should.
No. But I've watched
I'm a mechanical keyboard nerd, so building keyboards, it's fun. I'm not
that much of a nerd for the keyboard stuff. I will go to my keyboard right now. It's from Micro Center. I got another keyboard somewhere around here that I took to work the other day. It's just got to make click clack sounds. That's all I care about. I don't care about what color. I don't care about what color the switches are or any of that. Actually, I don't have my shout out set up. But hey, everybody, go follow the Dasher, and Twig the Goblin. Show them some love. You know what it is? Because Wednesday is a night that most people, I think Liz streams, but like we don't have shenanigans or Cyber Jewels, which now we can have Cyber Jewels on now.
Oh, that's right. See, that was another thing that I thought about with Wednesday was that
we also can have
armor.
Armor streams on Tuesdays as well, so it opens up a lot. But yeah, make sure to go follow them. I'm gonna follow them right after this. But yeah, so that's why we're like, oh well, where is everyone? Everyone is not streaming tonight, but we might be able to find somebody new in makers and crafting. So let's see.
I'm not finding anything. Is there anybody know of any?
No one's 3D printing on Wednesday nights, except for Liz.
Well, I was looking in like makers and crafting and stuff, and like the only thing I saw was
Harold's streaming tonight, but he's doing lathe stuff. Let's see.
Who? Which one is that?
Harold Polker.
Oh, Odin, the bearded one. He's doing leather stuff. He does cool leather work.
Yeah. I like Odin. I follow him as well.
Yeah. You want to go to Odin? He's cool.
Yeah, let's go to Odin.
He's cool. He does awesome leather stuff.
Yeah.
I that's one thing. That's one thing that I watch YouTube videos and stuff on leather working. Yeah. It's one thing that I've always wanted to do. I've just never done it. I've always been fascinated by it.
I think 2 whole rolls of leather up here. You can see it up there on the show. It's fun. It's fun. I got 2 rolls of two whole hides over there. But yeah,
have a good day. See you next week on Wednesday.
Yep. See you guys. Peace. We'll check y'all next Wednesday.